Good morning. What a joy it is to get up in the morning at 4:30, get dressed, go outside in the rain, and walk. I live in Fort Mac. Want to tell me what else you do on a rainy day? When you're my age, good Lord. I'm going to tell you just one little short story. I've had the privilege and the honor of being married to a young lady. That young lady gave me two sons. Their names Joe and Scott. I have been a hard man. Hard man. One day, my sons, they're probably, I bet they're 14 and 16, something like that, maybe a tiny bit less. And I said, if you could throw a rope on that little filly out there in the corral, I said, I'd kind of like to give her some worm medicine and don't ever buy a mare as a saddle horse, okay? I mean, do it if you want. Jeez, I'm really no authority on horses anyways. I climb on, they put me off. We do that quite a few times during the day. Sometimes I don't break things, mostly I do. So my boys, they don't want to hang out with me. And I guarantee you this. They don't ever want to go to town with me. Because I open my mouth and I won't ever know what's going to come out. Well, on one occasion, someone mentioned old man. I remember the day. And that little lady, she said, well, that cowboy Jim sure knows how to talk to a woman. I really appreciated that little girl. Never forget her. So my sons, they took the lariat out, and I don't know if they had one or two. It doesn't matter. They couldn't hit anything anyways. And I taught them. What do you expect? And so I watched for a little while, and I watched that little filly. She weighed about 400 pounds. You ever got a grip on her, probably would have no trouble kind of talking her into letting you give her some worm medicine. Maybe. And so I climbed over the fence because I'm somewhat of an authority on anything that I really don't have a blessed clue about, but I do not let on. What a dumb thing to do. Anyways, walked over to my two sons. I said, having a little trouble, are you? I said, give me the rope. I said, you guys really have done a good job of trying. I tell you this, I never once corrected my sons. Not once did I correct them without at least telling them at least 2 or 3 things that they had done well. I did not want to break their spirits. I wanted to build them up. I wanted to encourage them. They still won't go to town with me anyways. I don't understand that necessarily. I understand it explicitly. So, hey, Philly was running pretty good, and she had looped that corral area really good, quite quick. I suppose I should use the word quickly. I have forgotten so much of my higher education. I mean, 2 years in grade 9. It still didn't make that much of an impression on me, but anyways, it is what it is. I took a look at my 2 sons. I saw the filly coming. She was really going. I smiled at my sons and I said, "Watch this." Stupid thing to say. I laid that loop right over that little girl's neck, and I just kind of turned like this. That's when things went wrong. Quickly. I do not like flying for reasons that I understand. I want to drive the truck. I prefer driving a Corvette. I want to be in control, not of others. I want to be in control of me. And I don't do that often, and I do not do it that well. I was just starting to smile at my sons at the grave success of getting my first throw with the lariat right on the... There is a limit to how long a lariat is. Moreover, when you have a 400-pound filly doing her best to cover as much ground as possible. Oh, dear Lord. Anyways, she came to the end of the rope, or incidentally, I came to the other end of the rope, and that lariat, much to my surprise, wrapped 4 times around my elbow. I was still holding on to it. I have to let you know that. Around my forearm. I mean, I traveled a remarkable distance in the air. About 30 or 40 or 50 feet down the fence line, there was a rather large fence post. While I was in the air, life did not pass in front of me. It was too quick. But I did notice that filly did a hard left. And I thought, nothing. Don't have time to think. Gee, if I had thought before I threw the stupid rope, I would have... Oh, I don't know what I would have done. It wouldn't have worked anyways. I came down on the ground at some distance from the takeoff area, and we were fast approaching that corner post. I'm not sure how God intervened, but I have always said that God takes care of fools, children, and old women. He has taken care of me every day of my life. Oh, dear Lord. I hit that post quite firmly. At the same exact instant that rope unfurled off my arm, nonetheless, I really hit that post. I did not leave an impression on the post. I want you to know something. That post left an impression on me. Anyways, I've always cut a fairly wide swath wherever I was. Unfortunately, most people never noticed that I was there in the first place, but nonetheless, I stood up and I walked over to my sons, and I had put my left arm with my thumb in the pocket of my pants because it was not moving. Not at all. And I walked over to my boys and I said, well, children, I said, that's how you throw a rope. My sons and I have been hanging out together for a long time. They have always been my friends. I quit being their dad when they turned 14. I was their friend. You know, well, you probably do realize this. There have been many times in my life when my boys were my only friends. And that's been just fine. I told my son the other day, I said, I got moved out to a camp. And I said, I live in a beautiful home with three of the best people you'll ever have the privilege and the honor of getting to know. And I got out to that camp and I thought, oh, thank God, I'm by myself. Into that day, I thought, oh, dear Lord, I miss everybody. I phoned my son, big friend. I said, I really wanted to get where I could be alone, kind of. I said, I don't know. I miss everybody. I said, how stupid is that? He said, you don't realize it, do you? And I said, no. He said, you've always been alone. Didn't matter who you were with. He said, you were always alone. And I thought, dear Lord, that could be true. Listen, if I'm reading this right, I'm going to wrap this up pretty quickly. I want you to understand something. I'm going to say this again. I'm telling you, I'm going to say this every time. Every time I have the privilege and the honor of sitting in front of you on this stupid thing. I think this is the sixth one of these I've done. Oh, dear Lord, the first couple were just, not good. Here. My life, I chose many years ago to walk in a certain manner that suited me. And I did. You have the privilege and the opportunity of determining how you're going to walk, who you're going to walk with, in what way you're going to grow, mature, and develop. We're going through some tough times. I know what tough times are. these aren't really that tough. But I'm telling you this. When you're in pain, they're pretty tough. When you don't know where to turn, pretty tough. You're sitting alone by yourself, you're not used to it. Wished I hadn't gotten used to being alone. You are going to experience the joy of making decisions in your life that are going to have lasting repercussions. You are the only one that can determine how you're going to respond. I said this in my last little video. I said, people are going to try to put you in a category somewhere. Kind of like a number, numerical value. That's crap. You are more than a number. You are an individual. You process thought. You determine in many ways your destiny. You have that joy, that honor. I think you have that privilege. My old uncle, Jim Marshall, came from the north end of Ireland. He said, Jimmy. I never liked being called Jimmy. Only one ever called me Jimmy was my mum. He said, Jimmy, in the foxholes of war, there are no atheists. Baby child, hey, I'm not even going to refer to men won't watch what I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to reach into your heart. I'm trying to provoke a joy of living. I want you to remember. This is a part that I kind of enjoy. You are going to live until you die. No one has the right to judge you. I never judged another. Never asked where they came from. Never asked what they'd done. Never asked where they've been. Because I know where I've been. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of much. Please, make your day count. I mean, do something. Don't sit there and just wait. Go for a walk. I hate walking. 4:30 in the morning. I might get my sorry old buns outside. I hope it's raining. Because I just like walking in the rain. I like breathing. I like living. I like a challenge. Dear Lord, I like a challenge. You know what my challenge is for this day and every day? It's this. I look around for one person who's standing by themselves and no one's talking to them. I just walk right over to them and I kind of get up close and personal and kind of get in their face a bit and I say, how you doing today, brother? sister. So my name's Jim. And I make sure that they know that I notice them. I make sure they hear me. I make sure I wait for an answer. I was going to tell you something. I guess I can't. Anyway, I'm called Cowboy Jim. Can't take that any further. So here, God bless you. There's a scripture. It says, quit you like a man. Well, quite frankly, women nowadays are more like men, and too many men are more like what they shouldn't be, and to each their own choice. I could care less. When I grew up, a man worked. When I was 14, I was accepted into the community as a man because I worked that hard and I was that strong. Nowadays, we live in an age of self-aggrandizement. Stupid. Don't let this COVID stuff get you down. Don't you worry if you don't have any friends. You open your heart. You care for people. You have lots of friends. They may not know anything about you. They will know that you know how to smile. You know how to care. 22 minutes, good Lord. Oh my. Irish people truly just do not know when to shut up. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the honor of speaking with you today. Do you know how many people we have watching these videos? Do you? 11. That is quite an increase from 4 days ago when we had 7. I mean, I'm just saying. You can choose to be positive. Thank you for allowing me this joy. God bless you, eh? You have a good day. I'm going to shut this off. I'm getting better at this, I think. Thanks.